Hey y'all, check it out. Here I am in the heart of Deep East Texas. Trains just rolling on down the line. It's bright and early. Got a lot of stuff to do this morning. I picked a few tomatoes, and I've got some tomatoes up on my counter ripening up. And then I also have a couple bags of frozen tomatoes that I blanched and just tossed in whole and froze up because I didn't have enough to can all at once. See, I'm growing indeterminate tomatoes and I just don't have rows and rows of them, so I'm just not getting enough. I got too many to eat at one time, but not enough to can. So I've been stashing them away and in hopes that I'll get enough here to can them. And I've already canned a bunch actually. And I've been dehydrating all my cherry tomatoes. Well, not all of them. I've been eating a lot of them, but I've been getting a lot of cherry tomatoes. So I'll show you how I do that, what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to run over to the farmer's market, see Josh and Mandy, and get some sort of a Italian-y herb, maybe oregano, and have that ready for my little Italian cherry tomato olive oil garnish treat little scheme that I have. I'll show you. Hey, tomatoes, cleaning in the garden, visit the farmer's market, tomatoes. So, tomato. Well, I guess Mandy and Josh have an away game this Saturday or something. They're not here. And a quick walk down the aisle, didn't see exactly what I wanted, but I'll pick up something and I get back to gardening. All right, well, I'll see you in a little bit.
Well, here are the tomatoes I picked this morning. Got a bunch of cherry tomatoes, and I've been drying these out in the oven, and they turn out looking like this. They're kind of like little cherry tomato raisins. They're really yummy, very concentrated tomato flavor. And I just dry them on a cookie sheet and just cut them in half, and they dry up. Here, I made these last night, some stewed tomatoes. These tomatoes I picked, they got to ripen up for a little while. Getting a little riper. But I'll have enough here pretty soon. Cord these babies up. Got ready to do some blanch. You're going to get the skin off these things and freeze them. There's going to be the ice bath. That's going to be the boiling water. And so you get those tomatoes in there in the hot water, move them over the ice bath, and you can see the skin is already peeling off those little things. Look at them. They're ready to peel. And then I just throw them in a plastic bag, slip them in the freezer. I get 2 or 3 of these things going. And then I've got enough to can my tomatoes up. And here's what I'm doing with the dried cherry tomatoes. I got some thyme and some oregano. And I'm going to stuff these little jars with these cherry tomatoes, put in some herbs and some extra virgin olive oil, and just stuff some herbs in there. Top a bunch of cherry tomatoes in there, and then just one more little sprig of oregano. And get in there. Yes. And a little bit more on this other one here. I'm leaving the stems on, so when it comes time to pick out the cherry tomatoes, it won't be like there's a whole bunch of chopped up little bits of green. All right, I'm just going to top them off with a little bit of Evo, extra virgin olive oil. Evo. I just heard that the other day for the first time, and I said, how did I get to be this old and never hear that before? Evo, extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so I'm going to tap these around, see if I got to top them off. They look pretty good. Yeah. Man, that's awful pretty. So I'm just going to screw these lids on here, let them set up for a while, probably put them in the fridge, and let those tomatoes soak up that oil and herbs. And, besides just having the tomatoes infused with the herb and the oil, I'll have the oil infused with the tomato and the herb. So I'll see how those turn out. And they're sure pretty. So that's all you need. Cherry tomatoes, a little bit of herb, a little bit of oil. Tasty little treat. Check out these peppers. I picked these this morning. These are those Marconi peppers that I'm crazy about. They're my favorite pepper. They are so sweet and intensely pepper flavored. You should grow them. All right. See you next time in the garden.